Good morning, TY coming to you from Tampa, and I am back feeling healthy and good, and I want to talk to you today about doing the little things. As I look back and I watched that Mev Keflezighi won the Boston Marathon a couple of weeks ago, he talks about this a lot, about doing the little things, and he uses a quote from John Wooden, the famous basketball coach. And Mev says, and John Wooden says, it's not what you do in the 2 hours of the event or the 2 hours of the run or the basketball game or whatever it may be. It's what you do in the other 22 hours of the day that determine your success. And that is so, so true. And what Mev is referring to is what he does. He does the proper training, the proper stretching, the proper icing. He gets lots of rest, the proper nutrition. All of these things are just as important as running itself. And that's so, so key. And since he's running at the top of his game at 39 years old, I think he might know a little bit about what he's talking about. So it really rings a bell with me, and it reminds me of a story. Back in 2011, I believe, I went to run the Minneapolis Marathon in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I love the race and I love the city. Minneapolis is beautiful, beautiful city. And for this race, I trained here in Tampa, and everything was going well, and I'm ramping up the training. For me, that's up to about 50 miles a week, and I'm just going. But I wasn't doing the little things. And sure enough, during my training cycle, it happened. I got injured. I pulled my calf muscle. This is a little over a month before the race starts, but I cannot run. If you ever pulled a calf muscle, then you know. I can't run at all. So I get on the elliptical, and I'm doing the elliptical machine. Now, that's great and all, but it's not running. So the whole month before the race, I'm on the elliptical machine, and I'm doing my little runs on the elliptical machine. And I get to Minneapolis. The day before the race, the Saturday before the race, I go out and I run about 3 or 4 miles. And it feels okay, but when I get back to my room, I'm sore. So right now I'm thinking, I just ran 3 miles and I'm sore. This is probably not going to be good, but hey, I'm already here. I might as well do it. So I get out the next day and I start the run with the pace group that I was going to run with. And we get going and I'm feeling okay. I get to about 10 or 11 miles and boom, it hits. The calf just totally blew up on me and I was done. I knew I couldn't run anymore. So my choice was either go back and do a half marathon or keep going and just walk it out. So I decided to go ahead and keep going and walk the rest of the marathon. And I finished. It took me about 4 hours and 45 minutes, but I finished. But it was really just a brutal experience. It wasn't fun. It wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be. And the reason I share that with you is because had I done the little things while I was back here training in Tampa, I would not have had to have gone through that experience. If I was doing the proper icing after every run, the proper rest and relaxation, getting enough sleep, getting the proper nutrition into my body, and doing the proper warm-ups and exercises before going out to do those runs. If I had done that, I wouldn't have had to go through such a tough experience in Minneapolis. And so I learned, and now I'm incorporating those things into my training, and it's going great. And I'm feeling better, feeling healthy, and I feel the difference in my body when I put the right nutrition in with the Isogenics products that I use. When I do the right stretching and warming up before going out for a run, and getting the proper rest and also icing. So I'm doing all of those things. And the reason I share that with you is that relates also to life. Being successful in life, it's not just about what you do when you go to work. When you go to work, that's just your job. That's what you do to earn a living. But that's not going to make you rich. See, it's what you do in your other 8 hours that makes you rich. So you have 8 hours to work, you got 8 hours to sleep. But what successful people do is in what they do in the other 8 hours, right? It's what you do in the other 8 hours of your day. Are you sitting at home watching TV, or are you doing something to improve your life? I tell people all the time when they ask me, I say I work harder on myself than I do on my job. And what I mean by that is I'm always studying. I study communication, I study human behavior, and just how to become a more well-rounded person and be a better communicator with people. And that's so important because it can change your life. And so I do those things in my other 8 hours. not when I'm at work. And we all can do that too. So I share that with you. Think about that. Think about what you're doing in your other 8 hours. Are you doing the little things that can really, really change your life? So I share that with you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share the video with all of your friends. I really want you to do that. You can connect with me on YouTube, on Facebook. My email address is intheshapeforlife@gmail.com. Website terenceyoung.isogenics.com. So this is TY. I'm signing off. And as always, allow the universe to work in your favor and be blessed.